Hi learners, today we are coming to learn about decimal place values. We will start with simple examples and gradually move to harder examples. And I will encourage you to follow along step by step. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, I will encourage you to subscribe and hit the notification button for more math and science lessons. With that said, let's look at the concept of decimal place values. So the first digit after the decimal point to the right is called the tenths. The tenths. So this is the first digit after the decimal point. To the right. Okay? And then we have the second digit to be hundredths. Hundredths. So this is the second digit after the decimal point. And then we have the thousands to be the third digit after the decimal point. Thousands to be the third digit after the decimal point to the right. Then we have 10,000ths, which is the fourth digit after the decimal point to the right. And then we have the hundred thousands, which is the fifth digit after the decimal point. So it continues in that order. Is that okay? So this is the concept we need to understand when it comes to decimal place values. So looking at this digit, 4.726, we have 4 to be at the whole number part. So this has given us the two parts of a decimal fraction. We have the whole number part, and then we have the decimal part. So when it comes to the whole number part, we have the ones, we have the tens, we have the hundreds, we have the thousands, 10,000s in that order. That is before the decimal point. And then immediately after the decimal point, we have the first digit to be what? The tenths. The tenths. And then the second digit, we have the hundredths. And then the third digit, we have the what? The thousands. Okay, so this is said when it comes to the concept of decimal place values. And we are going to look at some examples so that it will help us understand the concept better. All right, so let's look at the first example. The first example, we have 0.3. So example 1. We have what? 0.3 as our first example. So when it comes here, we have 0 to be at the what? The ones place. And then we have 3 to be at what? The tenths place. And then if you want to pronounce this or read this, we said what? 3/10. So we read it as what? 3/10. All right, so this is the first example, and I believe that you understand that better. So we're going to look at example number 2 for more understanding. Example number 2. We have 0.08. 0.08. So in this, we have 0, the first 0 to be at the ones place. And then we have the second 0 immediately after the decimal point to be at the tenths. And then we have the 8 to be at what? The hundredths. The hundredths. And then if you want to read this, we said what? 8 hundredths. 800ths. I hope that is clear. We did not pronounce it as what? 0 tenths, then 800ths. No. We pronounce it as what? 800ths. The 0 is no digit, so we don't pronounce it. All right, we are going to look at more examples so that you will understand this concept I'm talking about. All right, so we have example number 3 to be 2.47. We have 2.47. We have the 2 to be at the ones place, and we have the 4 to be at the tenths, and then we have the 7 to be at the hundredths. All right. So how do we pronounce this, or how do we read it? We read it as what? 2 and 47 hundredths. 2 and so the end is representing the decimal point. So the first number before the decimal point, you pronounce it normally. Then because of the decimal point, you say and in normal whole number, this will have been pronounced as 47. So when it comes here to, it's the same pronunciation, but the 7 is at the hundredth position. The hundredth position. So you add the hundredth to the last digit. So the last digit always receive the name or the pronunciation of that particular place of the decimal. So 2 and 47 hundredths. 47 hundredths. I hope that is clear. All right, let's look at example number 4. And I believe that you are following the various steps, and then the more we go or the more we move, the higher and the harder it becomes. So example number 4, we have 3.756. 3.756. So we have 3 at the ones place. We have 7 at the tenths, and then we have 5 at the hundredths, and then we have 6 at the thousandths. All right, so these are the place values of this number. So how are we going to pronounce this number? We have 3, so you call it what, or you read it as what? 3 and 756 thousandths, and 756 thousandths. So you realize that we did not say 3 and 7 tenths, 5 hundredths, and then 6 thousandths. No, we said 3 and 756 thousandths. Because under normal circumstance, when you are pronouncing this digit, it should be 756. So it's the same way you are going to pronounce it, just that the last digit, which is the 6, should receive its place values as the last pronunciation. So the 6 is at the thousandths position. So you have to attach what? The thousands to the 6. I hope that is clear as well. All right, so that is it. And then I want you to practice this. and then check if you truly understand the concept of what decimal place values. Alright, so it is your turn to practice and then come back to confirm if your answer is correct. So practice. So you have 0.384. Pause the video, work on it, and come and what? Confirm your answer. So the solution give us what? We have the 0 to the 1s. We have the 3 to the 10s. We have the 8 to the 100th. We have the 4 to the 1000. And this we read as what? 3 hundred 80, sorry, 384,000. I hope that is clear. Because this one, you're not going to say 0 and no. So this is how you're going to pronounce it. And that is it. So today we talk about what decimal place values. We look at terms to be the first digit after the decimal point, and then the hundredths to be the second, and then the thousands to be the third digit after the decimal point. I would encourage you to always read the digit by digit and then combine the terms, the hundreds, the thousands when writing them. If this truly helps you, I will encourage you to subscribe and hit the notification button for more. Thank you for joining me, and God bless. Bye-bye.